Hi, I'm Axel James D.Dela Cruz from Bsit 3D. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to take the module 3.1.1.
Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to solve or how to do the lab 3.1.12 from DevNet Associate course from Cisco. This course or this lab is about showing you how to prepare your Python environment, how to install packages using pipe, and how to prepare Python virtual environment, and then how to share this environment with your friends or colleagues. As you know, I'm now running the virtual machine that we already prepared it in the previous videos, and in part 2 let's review the version of Python in this machine. As you know, we just type Python 3 and then -v. V must be capital, and you can see here this is the version of Python that is currently installed in this virtual machine, and then to see in which directory the local Python environment, and here you can use the command which Python 3, and this is like this command is related to Linux, so which is to locate the directory of this Python 3, and it is under user bin Python 3. Now let's move forward to part 3, which is about installing packages using pipe and preparing your virtual environment in Python. As you already know, pipe is used to install packages in Python, but you may know or not, when installing packages on the same environment using pipe, you may introduce what is called competing between dependencies, as it is mentioning here. So as you can see here, the best practice for that, to avoid this conflicting or competing between the dependencies, is that you are creating a virtual environment and then you install like the packages for a specific project. In other words, so if you have a project, you create a virtual environment for that project, and then you install packages related to that project only in this virtual environment. Of course, you can create another virtual environment for another project, and then under this virtual environment you install packages for this second project, and so on. And then you can easily switch between the virtual environments. So if you still need more clarification or explanation about this, you can go through part 3 here and read this paragraph. So to create a virtual environment in this machine, you have to type the following two commands. First, you have to move to the labs DevNet source Python, and then you type this command, which is Python 3 -m virtual environment venv, and this is the name of this virtual environment, dev fun. So here this one is usually like the name of this virtual environment is used to refer to the name of the project. This n is to switch to and run this virtual environment as it is mentioned here. Okay, and then we need to activate this virtual environment. We type the source and then the name of this virtual environment, then \bin and then \activate. Let's do this together. First, let's move to the labs and then dev associate course or dev source, and then Python, and then we type Python 3 -m and then virtual environment, and then the name of this environment we call it div fun. Okay, and then we need to activate this virtual environment, so we type source and then the name of this virtual environment. And as you can see here, we are now under this div fun virtual environment. So since now we are under this div fun virtual environment, this is a brand new environment, so we should have no packages installed in this virtual environment. To make sure from that, we can use the command freeze, pip3 freeze. So as you can see here, we just issued pip3 freeze and we have received no packages in this virtual environment because it's just a new environment, we just created it. So no packages in this virtual environment. And now let's start and install the package called request. To install the request packages, as you know, I type pip3 install request, and this is here the installation process, and then I typed again pip3 freeze to check the packages inside this fresh or this new virtual environment, and I have got this request, like this is the package that I just installed. This is the version of this package and so on. Okay, so let's follow the tutorial again, and you can see here I just did this step and I have got this output. And now to deactivate this virtual environment, I just simply can type deactivate. As you can see here, I return back to the original Python in the system. In step 3, we are now going to check the packages that already installed in the original environment. I mean that there is no virtual environment anymore. We need to check the packages inside the original environment. To do this, we can type python 3 and then we type here pipe. Before pipe -m and then pipe. Since here I mentioned that this is Python version 3, so I don't need now to type pipe 3 anymore, and then we type here freeze. As you can see, here are all the packages installed inside this environment, and now since it's so long, I can search about them by using grep command. So I will pipe using this vertical bar to search only for a package called request, as you can see here. So grep then request. As you can see here, I have here now packages with this request, and this is the version of this package. In part 4, we are going to learn how to share this like a virtual environment with your friends or other developers or colleagues. So the concept is simple, and let's do it. So as you can see here, the concept is explained here. And now let's create this file. So we will have to return back to this DevNet virtual environment. So let's return back to this source DevNet or DevFun. Sorry, it is DevFun, and then activate. And then we are going to use pip3 freeze, and now we will have the packages installed in this environment, but now we will redirect the output, as you know, to a file called request.txt. Now let's make sure, and this is the file. We can check the content of this file. As you can see here is the content. And now we need to deactivate this DevFun environment. We just type deactivate, as you know. we return back to the original environment. Let's check the file if it's still there. Yes, it's here. And now we need to create a new, but we need first to create this environment, and we can create this environment by simply like type the command python 3 -m new environment or virtual environment, and then we call this like div new. And now we can activate this new environment by type source, then div new, and then activate. Okay, so let's type here to check if there is any package installed in this environment, and as expected we should receive nothing because it's totally new. As you can see, nothing is installed here. Now we are going to install the packages that were installed in the div1 environment. To do this, we can type a command pyd3 install. Now we have to use -r and then the name of the file. Okay, so we have here warning, but let's check now pyd3 freeze. We should see this request package. As you can see here, the package now is installed in this divinu environment. So we have now requests.
And finally, since we now learned how to prepare the Python environment, how to create a virtual environment, how to share this virtual environment, we only need now to deactivate this new environment and return back to our system. So we can do this by type deactivate. As you can see here, we finished. Now we are under the original environment, and with this we finished this lab. Thanks for your attention. See you in the next video.